Hey everybody, this is Pastor Dustin recording for TeamNerdChurch.com, and this one's very quickly filling up. We're going to do another sealed, although unfortunately I just looked at my schedule and found out that I'm not going to be able to make the sealed PTQs that are coming up, but I might be able to make a standard one. So if I am going to be able to make the standard one, I'm going to try to force red-white dragons as hard as I possibly can to see if it can make it through. It was doing really well before rotation. Got second at a game day, and then did 2 straight 4-0s at Friday Night Magic, so I'd like to see it work, but I have no idea how it works in the new environment, so I'll be seeing that at my local shop. Alright, so I'm going to cut out all the really bad cards. I'm going to pause this here for a second so you don't have to look at the terrible stuff. Alright, so as you can see, not very many cards jumped away, so there's not a whole lot of jank here. The next thing I'm going to do is just pull all of the bombs down to the bottom of the list, because when you're playing limited, you really want to emphasize your bombs. So, click away from seeing all the bombs. Alright, so the bombiest of colors here appear to be black, red, and green. Look through all of white and blue, and there's fine stuff in there, a lot of lower stuff. And if you wanted to do a more aggressive deck, there's a possibility that it's in there. But I don't think that it is aggressive enough to really aggro somebody out before their bombs kick in. So I'm going to cut this down to black, red, and green. Your huge black bombs, you've got the Soul of Innistrad here, which, regardless of what you think of its ability of recurring all your old stuff, it is a 6/6 Death Toucher. You've also got Indulgent Tormentor, which is a spectacular rare. You've got an outright kill spell here, and you've got a Fester Gloom to deal with the slower stuff. Cruel Sadist is also pretty decent. Covenant of Blood in there. You've got some good stuff. Red, a whole bunch of Burn, Cone of Flame, Shrapnel Blast, Lightning Strike, Inferno Fist. Got a couple of solid creatures down here on the early end. On the green side of things, you've got Hornet Queen, Genesis Hydra, a couple of Siege Worms to bring out Netcaster Spider. Over here, got a couple of things that might see play, but we'll see how we get to that. And so the question here is, do we go 3 colors and be greedy for all the bombs, or do we just sit at 2? So, let's see. Well, here is my first attempt at going 3 color, and we got a lot of pretty high quality stuff in there. The problem here is that we were on 10 creatures. Now we've got just a huge chunk of red removal here at the 2 spot, which is nice, but I would like to try to get more creatures in here. Especially missing here at the 4-drop, and I'm pretty heavy over here. And all this Convoke stuff is not quite as good when you only run 10 creatures. So I'm going to move out some of the Convoke stuff, try to even out my curve here a little bit. I did put these 2 artifacts in, partially just because I've got a Shrapnel Blast here and you need a couple of artifacts. I should also note that I've got a Back to Nature in here because I only carry 1 enchantment. So it's a possibility that this gets main deck just because it doesn't really hurt me. But that can go to the sideboard very easily. So looking through my 4-drops, I don't have many of them. I do have Shaman of Spring, which is a cantrip, so that'll come in to get me up to 23. So the question is, does this change up any? I am of course going to play my Evolving Wilds in a 3-color. Just to show you what we're looking at as far as 4-drops go, I've got Underground Scavenger, which I suppose, with the amount of kill spells I have, that could be playable. I'm always underwhelmed with that. I've got Paragon, but I only have 2? Yeah, I only have 2 red creatures. That just doesn't seem like it's worth it. I do have, over here, some 3-drops that can make their way in here. Necromancer's Assistant, those 2 would go pretty well with the Scavenger. Witch is familiar. Skyblade's pretty decent with the Hexproof switching into First Strike and Death Touch. So I think I'm going to see if I can work that Skyblade in there. The question is now what comes out. I think the Back to Nature is what comes out. Until they show that they have any enchantments, I don't want to risk main decking it and just having it be completely useless. I've also got a Child of Night up here, which seems like it would be pretty good with all the removal that I have. I can get that in more than you would get in your average Child of Night, with everybody over here to back it up. So let's try to work a Child of Night in here. This is ending up being kind of a strange curve that's just really heavy right here at the 2 and then kind of peters out. But if it does peter out, you've got your bigger end stuff. So this is a non-traditional curve, but I'll see what it does. Yeah, I'm having a hard time cutting that extra card because I am pretty happy with the quality of all of the cards that I have. So I know I'm being greedy on the 3-color. but it does help to be able to say I like all of my cards enough to not want to cut them. In the comment section, what would you cut at this point? What card would not make your deck? Well, this could very easily be the wrong move, but I'm going to let the Skyblade sit on the sidelines for now. I like everybody a lot. I need the Verdant Haven to get as greedy as I'm getting, so just go ahead and ask Moto his or her opinion. I don't know, haven't assigned gender to Moto. Sure, I'll take that. I'll submit this guy, and I'll see you guys in round 1, game 1.